There is something deeply fascinating and powerful about stories that blend elements of reality and fantasy, especially those that invite us to unlock the secrets of the unknown. Shambala is an emblematic example of these stories, a mystery that transcends geographical, cultural, and temporal boundaries. Mentioned in ancient texts, legends, and spiritual traditions, Shambhala is described as a mythical haven of peace, knowledge, and spiritual power, hidden among the highest and most inhospitable mountains in the world, a place unreachable for most, but which awakens the collective imagination. The fascination surrounding Shambhala goes far beyond its supposed geographical location. It is not just a physical place, but a powerful symbol that represents a universal quest, humanity's innate desire to transcend its limitations and reach a state of absolute perfection. This idea resonates in virtually every culture, bringing with it the promise of a utopian realm where conflicts, pain, and suffering disappear, replaced by heavenly harmony. It is as if Shambhala is a reminder that despite the adversities of the world, the hope of something better never dies. Mystics, explorers, and visionaries over the centuries describe Shambhala as a perfect city, a pristine place protected by powerful and unseen spiritual forces. Their isolation, both physical and metaphysical, serves as a profound metaphor. Humanity's greatest treasures, be they spiritual, emotional, or wisdom, are hidden, waiting to be revealed to those with the courage, persistence, and determination to embark on a challenging journey. This quest, however, is not just an outward expedition into mountains and valleys. It is, above all, an inner challenge, a journey of the soul towards self-knowledge and enlightenment. In addition to the spiritual and symbolic aspect, Shambhala also stands out as a link between the human and the divine, a concept that deeply touches our essence and raises philosophical questions. Each generation over the centuries has found its own way of interpreting this myth. While some cultures and traditions use rituals, meditation, and spiritual practices to achieve this metaphysical dimension, others use technological advances and modern tools to try to locate physical traces of Shambhala on Earth. This duality between science and spirituality reinforces its timeless relevance and its lasting impact on humanity's collective imagination. The fact that Shambhala lives on in our thoughts, dreams, and stories, even in an increasingly skeptical and technological world, is a testament to how much it represents something greater than we can comprehend. It's more than a place, it is an idea, an aspiration, a light that guides those who seek something beyond what is visible and tangible. If you, like so many others, are also fascinated by mysteries like this and want to explore more stories that make us reflect, question, and travel the frontiers of the unknown, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to activate the bell to receive notifications and not miss any of the stories we share here. Come be part of this journey. The legends of Shambhala have deep roots, especially in the Buddhist and Hindu traditions, carrying a fascination that transcends generations. These myths not only describe a lost city shrouded in mystery, but they paint a detailed and inspiring portrait of an ideal society, governed by spiritual and scientific laws that defy and surpass ordinary human understanding. This narrative is an invitation to reflect on what would be possible to achieve when the spirit and the intellect operate in perfect harmony. According to Tibetan Buddhism, Shambhala is described as the home of enlightened beings, wise guardians who preserve sacred teachings of immense importance for the evolution of humanity. These beings, known for their wisdom and virtue, are dedicated to protecting knowledge that may one day guide the world in times of need. At the center of this narrative is the Kalachakra Tantra, a deeply symbolic text that combines concepts of time, universe, consciousness, and spirituality. He brings a powerful prophecy. In times of great darkness and chaos, Shambhala will emerge as a beacon of hope and redemption to the world, bringing balance and renewal. In Hinduism, Shambhala takes on an equally fascinating significance, being presented as the birthplace of Kalki, the 10th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. According to this tradition, Kalki will emerge in an age of disorder to destroy evil, restore justice, and usher in a new cycle of existence. known as the Satya Yuga, the golden age of purity and spiritual enlightenment. This figure not only symbolizes the destruction of what is corrupt, but also the rebirth of a humanity based on universal values of harmony and truth. The theme of spiritual rebirth recurs in both traditions, reinforcing the idea that Shambhala represents more than a distant utopia. It becomes an archetype of the human desire to transcend the limitations of the physical world and create a higher future, both individually and collectively. However, Shambhala is not just a religious or metaphysical concept. Over the centuries, explorers and mystics have tried to locate the city, many convinced that it is a physical location, hidden somewhere in the world. Some accounts place Shambhala in a remote and inaccessible Himalayan valley, protected by natural and spiritual barriers. Others suggest that it may exist in a parallel dimension or in a higher state of consciousness, accessible only to those who have reached an advanced spiritual level. In modern times, the legend of Shambhala continues to inspire and instigate the imagination. Films, books, documentaries, and meditative practices based on Kalachakra Tantra have been bringing new interpretations to the search for this mystical city. In fact, many see Shambhala not as a geographical place, but as a metaphor for the human potential to create a better world, where wisdom and compassion prevail over selfishness and ignorance. Thus, Shambhala is not only an ancient myth, but also an eternal source of hope and inspiration. A reminder that even in times of great darkness, the potential for light and renewal remains within us. The idea that the city of Shambhala is home to advanced technologies is undoubtedly one of the most intriguing facets of this legend. Ancient texts describe artifacts and abilities that not only surpass our modern technologies, but also seem to defy known natural laws, suggesting that the inhabitants possess deeply enigmatic and advanced knowledge, which goes beyond our current understanding. One of these technologies mentioned is teleportation, which, according to some legends, would be an ability of the enlightened beings of Shambhala, allowing them to move instantaneously between different locations and dimensions. It is said that the masters of this mythical city use their heightened consciousness to manipulate space and time, performing feats that, from a modern point of view, would be considered miracles or science fiction. Another striking example is the reports of flying vehicles known as vimanas. These objects, mentioned in ancient texts such as the Mahabharata and other Hindu legends, are described as machines capable of performing interplanetary or even interdimensional travel. Some theorists speculate that the vimanas associated with Shambhala may be connected to the modern idea of UFOs, raising intriguing hypotheses about possible extraterrestrial influences on the development of human civilization and its technology throughout history. Additionally, a fascinating aspect of the legend is the extraordinary longevity attributed to the inhabitants of Shambhala. Ancient texts suggest that they developed meditation and yoga practices so advanced that they would be able to considerably slow down the aging process, allowing them to live for more than 1,000 years. This impressive longevity would be complemented by an incredibly sophisticated medical system, supposedly capable of curing any ailment and prolonging vitality and health to unimaginable levels. In modern times, scholars and mystics try to understand whether these extraordinary descriptions are metaphors for heightened spiritual knowledge, or whether they really indicate a technological advance beyond anything we can conceive. Whatever the interpretation, the idea that Shambhala is home to such advanced technologies continues to fuel both our scientific curiosity and our imagination, keeping the mystique of this legendary city alive. The Chintamani stone occupies a central position in the fascinating legend of Shambhala, being described as an artifact of immeasurable power. According to traditions, this mystical stone possesses the ability to grant wishes, shape reality, and even open portals to other dimensions, making it a symbol of mystery and unlimited potential. In Tibetan and Hindu texts, the Chintamani is often compared to the Holy Grail or the Philosopher's Stone, both icons associated with the search for supreme wisdom and transcendent power. According to these sources, the stone is believed to contain the primordial cosmic energy necessary to sustain universal harmony, making it an object of immense value and covetousness throughout the ages. In the history of the world, the Chintamani stone has attracted the attention of influential and ambitious figures. One of the most notable episodes involves the Nazi regime, led by Adolf Hitler, which promoted expeditions to the Himalayas in search of the artifact. The Nazis believed that the stone could grant extraordinary powers and alter the course of World War II. Despite the failure of these searches, they demonstrate the importance and the almost mythical fascination that the stone exerts on those who venture in search of it. In addition to its physical and mystical potential, the Chintamani stone carries a deep spiritual meaning. Legends and ancient texts suggest that only those with purity of heart and true intentions can unlock their genuine powers. This detail emphasizes a timeless lesson: the intrinsic connection between material power and moral responsibility. The stone is not only a source of strength, but a test of character and spiritual values, a reminder that true power must be in balance with virtue. For all this, the Chintamani stone is not only an object of desire, but also a universal symbol of hope, wisdom, and transcendence, keeping its aura of mystery alive in the myths and collective imagination of humanity. Shambala society is often portrayed as an ideal model of perfection, where science, spirituality, and compassion coexist in a harmonious balance. The inhabitants of this legendary city not only master technologies far beyond our comprehension, but also live in complete harmony with universal rhythms, reflecting a civilization that has transcended the limits of materialism and achieved a deep integration between body, mind, and cosmos. One of the most intriguing and enigmatic aspects of Shambala is its supposed multidimensionality. Reports suggest that the city operates at a different vibrational frequency, which makes it invisible to those who have not yet reached a high level of spiritual awareness. Only the enlightened or spiritually advanced would be able to perceive or access this extraordinary dimension. This idea finds a parallel in modern concepts of quantum physics, where the existence of multiple dimensions that coexist in different states of reality, in parallel timelines accessible only through precise energy and frequency adjustments, is theorized. In addition to its multidimensional characteristics, the culture of Shambala is deeply rooted in spiritual practices. Its inhabitants are famous for their mastery of deep meditation, a practice that not only strengthens their minds and bodies, but also allows them to access higher levels of cosmic knowledge and wisdom. These practices are said to elevate their consciousness to such an extent that they can understand and manipulate the fundamental laws of the universe, integrating spirituality and science in a way that seems impossible for us to understand. This unique combination of spirituality and technology in Shambala is a powerful reminder that true human evolution is not limited to material or technological progress. It challenges us to reflect on the importance of inner development and connection with the universe, showing that technological advancement must go hand in hand with spiritual and ethical growth. Thus, Shambala remains an eternal inspiration, a symbol of infinite possibilities, and an invitation to seek a future in which harmony and wisdom are valued as much as scientific knowledge. For centuries, adventurers, scholars, and mystics have been drawn to the riddle of Shambala, dedicating their lives to finding this sacred realm, described in legends as the home of an advanced civilization that holds answers to the universe's greatest mysteries. More than a physical place, Shambala is presented as a symbol of supreme wisdom and spiritual perfection, instigating the human imagination and challenging the limits of knowledge. Among the most outstanding explorers of this quest is Nicholas Roerich, a renowned artist, archaeologist, and mystic whose artistic work and archaeological research are deeply connected to his spiritual journey. During his expeditions to Tibet in the 1920s, Roerich recounted visions and experiences that he interpreted as unmistakable signs of Shambhala's nearness. In his diaries, he described a sky with mysterious lights and an overwhelming sense of peace that, according to him, were indications of the unique energy emanating from the legendary kingdom. His art, inspired by these experiences, reflects symbolic elements and landscapes that he believed were representations of Shambhala, perpetuating his legacy in the search for the mysterious kingdom. Another essential figure in this context is Helena Blavatsky, a Russian mystic and co-founder of the Theosophical Society, who has dedicated much of her life to the study of spiritual traditions and the occult. In her works, Blavatsky describes Shambhala as an invisible spiritual center, ruled by enlightened souls who play the role of guides in the evolution of humanity. For her, Shambhala existed simultaneously on the physical and spiritual planes, a concept that challenged conventional notions of reality and inspired her followers to seek a deeper understanding of the hidden dimensions of existence. The fascination with Shambhala was not limited to scholars and mystics. During World War II, the Nazi regime, obsessed with ancient civilizations and mystical power, organized expeditions to the Himalayas in an attempt to locate the kingdom. Heinrich Himmler, leader of the SS, believed that Shambhala could harbor hidden technologies or knowledge capable of granting the Third Reich a decisive advantage in the global conflict. While the results of these expeditions remain shrouded in mystery, they do evidence the depth of influence that the legend of Shambhala has exerted, even on the most controversial political movements in history. The search for Shambhala transcends the barriers of time and cultures, symbolizing the universal desire to push the boundaries of the human and access deeper truths. Whether as a physical realm, a spiritual concept, or an inspiration for the inner journey, Shambhala continues to captivate and inspire, remaining an icon of the eternal human drive for knowledge and transcendence. Few aspects of Shambhala are as controversial and intriguing as its possible link to extraterrestrial civilizations. The hypothesis that such an advanced city, endowed with technologies and knowledge far beyond human comprehension, could have been influenced, guided, or even created by visitors from other worlds or dimensions, raises profound questions about the origin of human knowledge and the possibility of interactions with cosmic intelligences that challenge our perception of history. Ancient texts and legendary descriptions often mention flying vehicles and bright lights that, for many, are interpreted as possible evidence of extraterrestrial technology. In the Mahabharata, one of India's oldest and most revered epics, there are detailed references to the Vimanas, flying machines described as being able to traverse the skies with impressive speed and unparalleled accuracy. Some scholars and theorists speculate that these descriptions are not merely symbolic, but could reflect an interaction between humans and beings from other planets or dimensions, resulting in the sharing or development of technologies far ahead of their time. The skills attributed to the inhabitants of Shambhala are equally impressive and challenging to modern conceptions of science. Telepathy, teleportation, and control over time and space are often mentioned in ancient texts as common abilities in this mythical civilization. For theorists of extraterrestrial contacts, these abilities are indications that the inhabitants of Shambhala could have had direct access to alien technologies or even lived for long periods with beings from other worlds. Incorporating this knowledge into their practices and lifestyle, this coexistence would have made possible a unique fusion between technological advancement and spiritual wisdom, something that continues to intrigue scholars and mystics. Spiritual accounts of Tibetan monks also feed into this narrative. Often during deep meditations, monks report visions of mysterious lights or encounters with glowing figures that exude unusual energy. These experiences are often interpreted as glimpses of higher dimensions, where Shambhala and its inhabitants would exist. However, there are also those who see in these reports possible evidence of interdimensional contacts with beings from another world, reinforcing the idea that Shambhala may be situated at a point of convergence between the physical and the extraterrestrial. Despite the lack of hard evidence confirming this link, speculation surrounding the connection between Shambhala and alien civilizations continues to inspire debate, theories, and investigations. The possibility that Shambhala is a meeting place between humans and cosmic intelligences not only stimulates the imagination, but also makes us reflect on humanity's place in the universe and the reach of our potential. The idea that advanced life forms may have played a crucial role in human development is not only provocative, but also profoundly revealing of our thirst for answers that transcend the boundaries of science and spirituality. In the end, this hypothetical connection isn't just a curiosity. It reflects the eternal human desire to understand the mysteries of the cosmos. True or not, the theory that Shambhala has ties to extraterrestrial civilizations adds even more depth to its enigma, reaffirming its status as one of the greatest icons of the unknown and a symbol of our untapped potential. The location of Shambhala is one of the greatest mysteries surrounding its legend, generating debates and theories for centuries. Ancient texts provide rich descriptions of its geography, but the interpretation of these details varies widely across cultures and scholars. making the kingdom both a geographical and a spiritual enigma. According to the Kalachakra Tantra, one of the most important texts on Shambala, the city would be situated in a secret valley surrounded by the highest mountains in the world, whose snow-capped peaks would form the design of a lotus flower with 8 petals. At the center of this valley stands the capital, Kalapa, described as a city of unparalleled beauty, where resplendent palaces made of precious metals sparkle in the sun, and crystal-clear rivers wind through its streets, creating a scene that seems to come out of a dream or divine dimension. Some scholars associate the location of Shambala with Mount Kailash, a sacred mountain located in Tibet, revered by both Hindus and Buddhists as a cosmic axis or navel of the world. This theory suggests that Shambala could be physically close to this mountain, which already carries deep spiritual meanings. Others, however, believe that the city does not exist on the conventional physical plane, but rather in a parallel dimension, accessible only to those who have attained a high level of spiritual consciousness. This view emphasizes that Shambala is both a place and a state of being, symbolizing an inner journey of enlightenment. In modern times, expeditions to the Himalayas have been undertaken in an attempt to find Shambala, but no concrete evidence has been discovered. Even with the use of advanced technologies, the city's location remains a mystery. This difficulty fuels even more speculation. Is Shambala protected by spiritual forces that intentionally keep her hidden? Or is the city a mythical creation meant to challenge our perception of reality and spur the search for something greater than the tangible? Despite the lack of physical evidence, the fascination with Shambala persists, attracting explorers, scholars, and mystics in search of answers. The mysterious geography of the kingdom, with its combination of detailed descriptions and inaccessibility, reflects the limits of human knowledge and symbolizes the eternal quest for wisdom and transcendence. Shambala continues to inspire the idea that there is always something more to be discovered, not just in the external world, but within ourselves. Shambala is not just an ancient legend. It is a universal symbol that transcends time and remains relevant even today. In a world marked by conflicts, crises, and uncertainties, Shambala emerges as a beacon of hope, representing the possibility of a more harmonious future. Its message of peace, enlightenment, and unity resonates deeply in an era where humanity is desperately seeking meaning, direction, and purpose in the midst of chaos. For many, Shambala is not just a mythical place, but an invitation to introspection and transformation. It challenges us to look within ourselves, to examine our choices and values, and to consider how we can achieve a state of balance and harmony, both on an individual and collective level. The journey in search of Shambala, more than an external exploration, symbolizes an inner transformation, a call to raise our consciousness, expand our spiritual potential, and contribute to the construction of a more just and enlightened world. Today, Shambala's influence can be found in many cultural and spiritual movements around the world. Meditative practices inspired by Kalachakra Tantra, for example, guide many people in their quest for inner peace and connection to the cosmos. Artistic and literary depictions continue to reimagine Shambala as an ideal of perfection, often used as a metaphor for the human potential for transcendence. Whether in movies, books, or meditations, the mythical realm retains its ability to inspire and delight, reminding us that the quest for knowledge, peace of mind, and enlightenment is one of humanity's noblest aspirations. Shambala invites us to believe that even in the midst of adversity, a path of light and wisdom is always within reach. Its legend is a reminder that human progress is not limited to technological or material advancement, but is intrinsically linked to our inner growth and the ability to dream of a better world. It inspires us to persevere in our search for meaning, showing that no matter how challenging the world may seem, the potential for peace, unity, and enlightenment resides within each of us. Shambala, the lost city, continues to instigate the curiosity of explorers, scholars, and mystics around the world. But is it real, or is its true location within us, waiting to be discovered? If you like this content and want to continue exploring incredible mysteries like this, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Activate the bell so you don't miss our next videos. And there's more. Tell us in the comments what else you want to see here. What mystery do you think should be unraveled in the next video? Your opinion is very important to us and inspires us to bring you even better content. See you in the next video.